In the previous video, I taught you two different methods for distinguishing strong, weak, and non-electrolytes. One, I taught you how to classify an electrolyte based on a chemical equation showing the electrolyte dissolving in water. And two, I taught you how to classify an electrolyte based on looking at a picture of what the electrolyte does when it dissolves in water. In this video, I'm going to teach you a third method for classifying electrolytes. This method is going to be based off of reading the molecular formula of the electrolyte. Now, before we get started in this, I do want to say that this is absolutely my least favorite method for classifying an electrolyte because I consider it to be the least accurate and the least reliable. So you should only use this method when you absolutely have to. When you're looking at a molecular formula, the first thing that you should ask yourself is the formula a metal plus a non-metal? So a very simple ionic formula. And if it is a metal with a non-metal, if the answer to that question is yes, then the electrolyte is strong. If it is not a metal plus a non-metal, then we just simply need to ask ourselves more questions. The next question that we are going to ask is it one of the strong acids? So is it a strong acid? And I'm going to give you a list of the strong acids, just so you have it for reference. All of these are the strong acids. If our electrolyte is one of the strong acids, then it is also a strong electrolyte. If it's not one of the strong acids, then we have to ask ourselves some more questions. The next question that we would ask ourselves is, does the substance contain any nitrogen atoms, one or more? If it does contain nitrogen, then it is probably a weak electrolyte. If it does not contain nitrogen, then we have to ask ourselves one more question. And that last question is hydrogen the first atom listed in the formula? If hydrogen is the first atom in the formula, then it is also a weak electrolyte. But if the answer is no, then we are looking at a non-electrolyte. And what I want to do real quick is just kind of highlight the ending points, strong versus weak versus non. And again, if you're going to use this method, just keep in mind that it is not always accurate. And the most reliable way to determine if it's a strong or weak electrolyte is by using a balanced equation or looking at a picture of the substance dissolved in solution.